time management is not a new subject. I'm sure you've all thought of it, but there are some basic proven tools that help. So we have a process on time management that you can find in the library. It's here in Guiding the Business. So if you add from Process Library here, General Processes, you'll find it. I have it right here. Generally, the time management process is a public process. And that's because all employees should adhere to it or use the tools or learn from it. So there are some work plans here which kind of describe the basics of time management. This is how to do a daily activity log, so tracking what you do every day. If you're in a situation where there's so much going on that you just don't understand what you're supposed to do every day or how to get it done, then doing an activity log can be helpful. So you basically track what you're doing every day. And then look at that, go to how to eliminate interruptions, because that's one of the biggest time wasters. So track your activities, go think about the different ways you can eliminate your interruptions. So these are some suggestions on eliminating interruptions. Things as simple as, only check your email or be available for phone calls between certain times during the day. Unless you're a secretary or you're in an immediate position where the phone has to be answered right away, a customer service position where there are expectations around that, it's pretty safe to say that you can create time slots throughout the day where you do these administrative activities so that every time the phone's ringing, you don't pick it up. You leave a message on your voicemail that says, I answer phone calls between 9 and 10. So simple things like that. Having an autoresponder on your email is good as well. This isn't bad customer service. This isn't the kind of position where not everyone's in the kind of position where they have to answer immediately. This is, I check messages between this time and this time. If it's urgent, then call this number. So simple things like this. So look at this kind of eliminating interruptions. Then focus on planning your day. So again, back to the beginning, if it's kind of all over the place and you don't kind of understand what your activity should be for the day or how to organize it, start with a daily activity log. Then go and analyze that and think, how can I eliminate interruptions? Then go and decide, how can you plan your day to be more efficient? I had a efficiency planner come in one time, and I used to be an efficiency planner, so I really appreciated this, and helped for a whole group of people, helped by having us do these day activity logs, identified the key points where interruptions were getting in the way, and then what the daily planning schedule should look like. And it just, it improved efficiency tremendously. One of the things we were doing is interrupting each other all the time for unnecessary things. So it's things as simple as that, and things that are more complicated, which take a bit of planning. So take planning out your day. There's even a little video on this right here. Down here inside the process are some uploaded files. This is a good article on eliminating interruptions, creating a task list. There's a daily planning form. All of this is here as well in the forms. This is called a time log that you can do for daily activity tracking right up here. So if you have any employees who need help with time management or you need it yourself, just use the time log to track activities. Any of you who are in businesses that were your time is your money, so whatever time you spend on particular projects or with clients equals the amount of money or profitability for that client or that situation or department, then this is an essential tool to do and have. I keep activity logs most days just to kind of show or see what's happening. For certain employees, when you're analyzing efficiency or productivity, doing daily activity tracking or daily time logs like this one, like this form, is really useful. It doesn't take that much time. Like I'm sure some of you are looking at this going, I don't have time to track my activities. Or the employees are going to look at it and say, I have no time to do this. I can't track my activities. It takes 10 minutes a day to do this, and we've timed it. So all you do every half an hour, just log in the activity. You don't have to write paragraphs on what you did. Just log what it was when you started, when you ended. Log what interrupted you, if anything. 10 minutes a day. The amount of information that you'll get from an efficiency point of view, a productivity point of view, from doing this 10 minutes a day is well worth the 10 minutes a day. You're wasting way more time than 10 minutes by not doing it. There's another form here on prioritizing and planning tasks. And all of these forms and how they're used are described up here in the work plans. There's links to them. And then there's this daily planning sheet. So this is different than a calendar. So I have a calendar, and I also have this. I take from my calendar the appointments for the day. They're usually certain time blocks. And then I've got a whole list of to-do items, tasks, people have to call back. There's usually a huge list of these things. Folders I want to get to. So I'll look at the empty time slots during the day and decide, okay, what can I do in this hour? And I don't let it get drug out into other things. You stop at 9 o'clock and follow through on the tasks that are on your daily prioritizer. At the end of the day, create the prioritizer for the next day. And then check off the tasks as you do them the next day and have it rolling from one day to the next. It doesn't always work out every day. Some days go crazy and you just I don't even look at it. But most of the time, try to follow it. Now, this is even more important because all of you are in TouchStone now, and you hear me talk about documenting the processes and all the work you have to do. Well, that's all, in a sense, extra work now that a lot of you are facing. It's essential work, important work, but it's extra if you haven't been used to doing it before. So now you're trying to carve out a whole other hour, maybe a day, to work strategically building the business. Or maybe you're an employee that's been tasked with documenting your processes, and suddenly now you've got, you've got this extra work to do. So thinking about your efficiency and deciding when and how you're going to do this strategic work can be very useful, and this time management process can help with that. So back here on the home screen, if I want to use the time management process in TouchStone, I can access it here from public processes if it's been made public, or I can access it if it's on my job description through my control panel. And when you go to it, now all these tools, you can use them. So if I want to practice doing the time log every day, or you want to delegate to an employee to do the time log, they can fill it out right here. These fields are all live now. And I can save this, as Monday. When I save it, it date and time stamps it. So you don't really have to use the save as, as the day of the week. And then fill it out. Fill out with begin, end, total, and then save it. Do that for a week. If you are going to delegate this to an employee, then the manager can go and look at their daily activities that they were doing that week. Here's this daily planning form as well. So I call this up. I can put in my high priority tasks, list them out, save that, do this for the day, save it as Monday. The next day rolls around. I've got what I did yesterday. Then I can go and hit it again. Now I've got a blank copy. I can take from the form what I didn't do the following day, put it in here, add more. So this can be done, inside of TouchStone, and it becomes a nice management tool because if I have these group of salespeople focused on time management for the week and really want them to each find, one thing that's interrupting them and come up with a solution for, and they're doing all that in TouchStone, then I can go look at it and make sure they're doing it. Any other questions before I let you all go? No? It is someone saying it's hard to do time management. It is hard, and it takes practice. It takes diligence every day. There's this great time management. It's not Covey, but someone else who talks about time management and did some statistics on how long it takes for someone to change. You have to create a habit out of it. It feels really difficult and hard at first, but when you create a habit, then it becomes natural, and then it becomes part of what you do all the time, and you would never leave it for anything. Some of you may have more sophisticated time management tools than what you're seeing here in the library account or the library process that I showed you. That's even better. But I think a lot of us get stuck with even trying anything. So if you don't have another method, if you don't have another tool, then use some of the basics inside of TouchStone, because these are the things that you'll find in other tools, and they're the basic kind of time management principles that have been around for years. So practice. Try it for a couple weeks until it becomes a habit, and then decide, whether it worked or not, or look back and see how much more efficient you are.